Sorry about that. I'm just getting set up, so. I don't know if you can see all that. That's your battle for Sunday afternoon. You can see the pink there. I think you guys can see that pink. Let me give you a little zoom. They put that down last night, I believe, or yesterday afternoon. But that's Deer Creek and Bear Creek on this side. See the little smoke headers? I can't. That's gonna be really tough for me to see comments. So they got something boiling up. See on top of the ridge on back? That would be over Butler Creek area, I think. When I left here last night about 10, it was they didn't have the night drop helicopters. Something here where I can.
440 Mary, 1125, 215 southbound West.
If you could shoot. Okay, chopping down my binoculars.
I copy, I show you around 35, ambulance 302, you can cancel. 302.
can get some shade on this. What sucks is they've opened 38 up to the public. So I've got to dodge all the idiots. It's so nice up here without the public. But now we got all the idiots flying through here. So yeah, if you want to get to Big Bear, I didn't hit no checkpoints from Mentone, so, and I just seen a bunch of other people go by, so be careful. There's still a lot of big trucks, rush engines. That right there's the northeast flank. See that CH-47? He's dipping over there, Big Bear. It's trying to get up there on top where Bluff Lake is. And I talked to some people. Bluff Lake, oh, see him dropping right there at the top? Let me see if I can get you some zoom. Bluff Lake is nature conservancy. It's got some endangered fish in there and a frog. So they can't dip there. Of course, Big Bear's only about a minute further. They can't dip there. On the air attack maps, it shows it's protected. My friend said he'd never seen that. He had to look up the code. I think he said it had a big P on it. He had to look up the code, what it meant. They can pretty much dip out anywhere. They just need about 12 inches for that Bambi bucket. 12 inches of water, and they can, my friend Earl, he made a video on that bucket of how they don't need much water. Doesn't have to be deep. He's up there in Montana, Idaho. He's dipping in creeks at a couple feet deep. That's it. Ponds. If you got any questions, it's yeah, it's tough. I need to bring an umbrella. I got an umbrella that I can clamp to my tripod. Let me lower this down. Maybe that'll help. I should have brought that. At least you can see it from. There's a webcam on this side. I'm thinking it's what would be over here? Onyx, but Onyx is more east. Yeah, that's the, see that CH-47? That's the battle, is to keep it on this side of the ridge. It's kind of creeping over. See that CH-47? He's going to drop right at the top where that dark smoke is. Yeah, right there. He's bombing that right in there. Oh, lost him. There's another one. What's that? Is that a sky crane? They were dipping in Jinx yesterday. Yeah, that's a sky crane. They're dipping Big Bear because it's probably a little closer over there. Yesterday and last night they were. Yesterday and the day before they were dipping over here because they were dropping kind of like straight out in front of me where that red phos check line is. They were dipping more on this side. They didn't have to climb as high. We're up about 7,000 feet here, 6,500. And can somebody say test hello? How's the picture? It should be a lot clearer today there's less, the smoke's all blowing northeast. I'm trying to see my comments here. Yeah, if somebody could say hello just to make sure, even though I can't see. If you want to be a gazillionaire, design a camera or a cell that you can hold in the sunlight and you can still see the screen. If you can do that, I'll buy 2 of them and you'll be a gazillionaire. Because I haven't seen a screen yet. I need it. What if I made a little... Okay, I see somebody's comments. I can't see your name, but I need to make a little cardboard shield to, I think they even make them you can buy. Yeah, I can't see the names. See if I can make out a name here. Yeah, I can't. Sorry, I can't see your names. I can barely. The names are in blue, which is tough to see. The white, the white is the text is in white, and I can almost make it out. But if you can share this link, if you look at the bottom, there's a share underneath. It should be a share link. Share that to your friends and Facebook, Twitter, whatever. Appreciate it. It's still burning. A lot of people, if you go down Rellan's Benton, you won't hardly know there's a fire because you can barely see this from down there. But when you get up here, like I said, Highway 38's open. I didn't hit any checkpoints, and there's cars driving by. So if you want to go up, be careful though. There's a lot of traffic, a lot of fire, brush engines, guys hauling dozers. Yeah, it looks like the battle's over there. I might go around. I think I will. We'll sit here for a little bit, and I'll go around and see if we can how close I can get in of it. I saw some active flame. If you see that smoke about halfway up the ridge, see the right smoke that are going up there? There was some flame there a little bit ago, pretty good sized flame. I don't think that faucet line was there last night because they laid it up higher and it was more north-south. That's kind of an east-west line. They may have done that this morning. I don't remember seeing a plane coming in that way. Air attack. Yeah, that's they were talking about Bluff Lake, that what is it, a ponderosa pine? That one pine tree up there is world famous. We don't want that to burn either. World's biggest ponderosa or oldest, I forget. I remember going to look at it. That's a cool place. It's a nature conservancy. It's a nice hike. Alpine meadows. Got that famous tree. It's kind of west of the lake. It's a little warmer, it seems, today. I'd say I think it was 80 on my truck. Of course, I'm sitting in the sun. It feels hotter. To get a picture, where's my other phone? And if you look at the bottom of that valley down there, that's Seven Oaks to the right. 109 comes out of Seven Oaks west, and then that road down there going up is Clark's Grade. If you know Clark's Grade. They were in here last night. Oh, I could see the dozer cut. Yeah, they made a big. I don't know if you can see the far right. Far right there. God, there must have been 5 dozers up there. That's kind of to protect, like, if I'm running east, kind of maybe doing a loop around. That dozer cut runs north-south up that spine. They're working like crazy up there. I'm curious what that is behind. I need to pull out I want to say that's Butler Peak, back on the other side of the ridge. That would be over by the dam, before the dam, west of the Big Bear Dam. That wasn't bad yesterday. This on this side was the big header. That's putting up more smoke, I think, back on the back side of that ridge. Poor Big Bear, they're choking on the smoke again. Let me see if I can. Yeah, wish I could do this with the. Need to find a shady spot. There's only a couple good turnouts up here. The Cow Fire's got one of them. If you're wondering where I'm at, I'm on Highway 38. I'm above Angeles Oaks, about mile marker 22, maybe. But I'm looking across. The smokes you see closer, the down low, that's Deer Creek. I'm not sure that big header that's blowing up on the back of the ridge. I want to say that's over by the dam, Bear Creek. Or if it's on the other side of 18, that's Bertha Peak back there. I thought Bear Creek was on this side, but whatever it is, that wasn't blowing up there yesterday. Whatever that is on that back of that ridge is blew up today. And there's a new faucet check line. If you look at the halfway down the slope here, you see that pink. I don't know if you can see the pink. I think they did that today because that wasn't there yesterday. Probably this morning before I got up here. They're trying to. There's fresh dozer cuts. I see at least 2, 3 going north south. They're trying to keep it from going east. It's trying to go east and it's trying to go northeast. So they're trying to box it in. There's a. That's what was worried about that north side. They had what they call an indirect line. They didn't have a dozer cut through there. It was kind of like a breach. And one of the hotshot guys was saying today would be critical. You know, if it got through that breach. I'm just wondering if that's what happened on the other side. They try and connect. They call it tying in. They get all these dozer cuts and they try and tie them in to surround it so it can't get loose. And I guess the weather's going to flip tomorrow. We're going to maybe some rain, but a low front brings in wind, so it's kind of a trade-off, wind for rain. Okay, now you can see some flame, pretty good sized flame. Center of the picture there, that slope where that bottom smoke is, see that? That's flame going up. That face of that south slope, south facing slope. Look at it with the binoculars. Yeah, it's ripping up that slope. With the thermals, the wind goes upslope. About 10 o'clock, it flips around as the air heats up, and it'll see how it's driving it up the slope. I hear chainsaws again. Last night I heard chainsaws and bulldozers. And sorry I can't, let me see if I can pick out some comments. Cal Fire gave hopeful update. Hey, everybody, looks like. I guess if you're in Big Bear, yesterday looked like they were dipping my fawn skin. You had a pretty good show of the air attack up there. I got here about 1:30. I haven't seen them come over to Jinx to dip. They were yesterday and the day before. Looks like that guy on top, is he going to drop water? I don't know if you can see that. Looks like the sky crane. He's going in and out of the clouds, that header right on this side. That's crazy. They can't see. He might be able to see up there, but down there it looks like he can't see. Yeah, poor Big Bear's gonna be choking. I think the wind is gonna shift tomorrow. It's gonna suck in Redlands, I think. I got a feeling that header blowing up on the other side of that top of that ridge would be Bear Creek, below the dam over there. A lot of that's old growth. They're saying it hasn't burned in a long time, and I don't remember it burning. There was the Radford fire in here a couple years ago to the right, kind of the burn scars over there on the right. That stuff there hasn't burned since I've lived here in 45 years. And it's really steep. The crews were talking about how steep it was and gnarly. Arctic Circle, if you know where that is. If you ever driven to Big Bear and you look off to the side and it's straight down. If you come into Big Bear from the west, you go 18 through Running Springs, and then Arctic Circle, and then the dam. And I just saw something from Caltrans. They said 330 will be closed. It's going to take them 2 weeks to survey it, and probably they said a couple of months to fix it. So plan on 330 being out of commission. Oh, October, November, maybe time for Thanksgiving, ski seasons. So what other news is? It appears Angels Oaks, you can come up. There's no checkpoints. Cars are going to Big Bear. I'm surprised. I don't know if they put word out. I didn't get a chance to look much. That's why I don't like people with their loud stereos pulling next to you. They people going home, but they also let the idiots up. There's something on the left or right. He's up top of that ridge. Sky Crane. He's coming from the left. I wonder if he had to go get fuel. When they go to Big Bear, they're going to the right. If you want to see what's up here flying, you can. There's an app called Flight Radar 24. You can use it for free, or you can do the premium version. But you can see the aircraft, and if you touch the aircraft, it'll tell you what it is, what model, who owns it. In fact, let me do that, and we can see who's up here. I've seen two at least. And we have that's a Sky Crane, and we have a CH-47. We have a Airbus 125. Oh my God! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like two Chinooks, a Sky Crane, maybe two Sky Cranes. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Man. Yeah, they're bombing that like crazy. Okay, let's see what ridge that is. Yeah, that's got to be Bear Canyon, that back ridge, back of that. They're working this like crazy. They are working this like crazy. They are going, they're 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 wor It's like 5 airdroppers and a observer pilot uh, air boss. Let's see if I can see my comments. Panorama fire didn't burn up here, and Willow fire was more Deep Creek. The only fires I remember over this side, like I said, the Radford fire. I could smell. Chuck was. I went by and I can smell the 90 weight gear oil. He's leaking some gear oil. Probably out of an axle. The lake fire, which was behind me, 5 years ago, but it burned east through Hart Bar. I want to say there was a Butler Peak fire. That'd be on the other side of Highway 18. I don't believe it's gone over Highway 18, and what we're seeing, that big header on the back of that ridge, is Bear Creek. This is Deer Creek here, Clark's Grade, Siberian Creek is down there. Can you guys hear the helicopters? Can you hear the chainsaws going? Is the dam straight up and over? Yeah, the dam is straight up and over. If you see that back header, that back smoke over the top of that ridge, that's like in that drainage here, that's Bear Creek. The dam would be just above that. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to keep this from getting up over the top. Bluff Lake, if you look more like 1 o'clock, up over the top would be Bluff Lake. Castle Rock. Yeah, it's got a ways. If they could get that, stop that back header there, if you can stop it on this side, keep it from getting up and over, get a dozer cut. But somebody was saying even a dozer cut isn't guaranteed that the wind comes up. It'll spot embers across the dozer cut. It'll blow down range. That's why they always say has the potential. It leaves people say they want definitive answers and they really can't predict Mother Nature. And I don't know where. Everybody know the status on the tankers, 910 and the DC-10 and the BA-146. I went up there at San Bernardino, and they said, Brian said the C-130s are staging out of Point Magoo. Point Magoo's Navy. We dove up there. The Navy boys came down and gave us a ride in their boat. We went diving out there, doing open water diving and compass board swims. Air Force doesn't have a lot of boats. We actually had Zodiacs. I mean, we had there's a Air Commando side of the Air Force, and they have the boats and dirt bikes. Basically, they play in the mud with the airborne, the gunships. A little bit of wind now. Feels good. It's kind of warm sitting in the sun. I think it said 78, 80 on my truck when I got here. he's going. He's going down. And Sikorsky's taking off east. You gonna do a drop over there? He's coming down low. I think he is gonna. Can you see him on the far right? About the 3 o'clock. Oh, he turned. He's coming back. He may be after that. There was a big flame there about the center of the picture. That may be what he's after. Maybe he's looking right about a little further to the left is where that flame was. You can see that Sikorsky sky crane right to the left of there is where that flame was. Let's see if he bombs right there. Yep, right about there is where he'd want it. Is he gonna dump some water? Okay, here comes a. See the. That's a Coulson one. They're red, white, and blue. And they're coming over this way now. I wonder if he's heading to. Nope, he's doing the same thing. He's turning. Here comes even another one. Yeah, there was 5. What did I say? 5 dropping water and 1 observer or sky boss. Yeah, he's dropping right. That sky crane just dropped on that flame. About center of the picture. He's behind the smoke now, but he went over and eyeballed it and came back and dropped on that flame. It was coming up that slope. Somebody's coming pretty close. Left to right, hear him? That sounds like a CH-47. Yeah, there he is. I think that guy's a contractor. Those guys really pop the air. They can work better up here at altitude. They've got a higher ceiling. I think their ceiling is like 11,000. That's the ones they were using in Afghanistan, way up in the Tora Bora when they're after Binny. Those things can carry a load up high. There's that Sikorsky's. Just came out of the center there. Oh no, wait, that's another CH-47. Yeah, there's 2 of them. That's a Coulson one too. He dropped in there too, I guess. They're coming around. They're going to start bombing this right in front of us. I think that flame that was coming up that slope was getting pretty big. See where he is right now? Center of the picture. I think he's going to drop somewhere in there. Well, maybe not. CH-47 is coming right to left. He seems too low to hit that. Unless he's going after something lower. Or maybe they have to. I'm not sure. Maybe they have to turn and get up some altitude to get up over that ridge. That's a tall ridge. That ridge is what? 7,000? What's Big Bear Dam? Anybody know? I'm 6,500 here. And from here over to there is about 5.5 miles. The top of that ridge up there. Bluff Lake's 5.5, so I'm probably 4.5 where they're doing drops right there. Oh, he came back. Is he gonna drop? Yep, he's dropping. See him? Center of the picture. He's dropping where that big flame was. Which just sends more smoke into Big Bear. Poor Big Bear. They've been choking on it for 10 days now. That is the suck. I just finally ordered me a, I should have done it when it started. I finally ordered a air cleaner, ionizer, or whatever you call it, purifier. 99 bucks. I think it was, I got a lighting deal for 75. It came today. I special ordered it faster because I wanted to get it. And it does about 1,100 square foot. You see the bedroom. I wonder where he's going. Jinx, maybe? That's the way they go when they go to Jinx. Yeah, he's heading to Jinx. Maybe that guy looks like he's heading there too. It's not a, see, they don't have to climb as much. They don't have to use as much fuel. It's basically straight across the Jinx. So they can maybe get in one extra drop. You know, they got enough fuel to do one extra. Let me see if there's any comments here. Hold on here. All morning they were dipping. Oh, because they are dipping. And somebody said they were up here with the Jeff. I can't see. Can't see who. Is that Joe? I'm looking here to see who. Sorry, my comments are. I can see the white text. The names are in blue. It's really hard to see. I need to get an umbrella. I got one that clamps onto the tripod leg and then kind of articulates around. I should probably dig through my truck. I usually carry it. It comes in handy when it's sunny. You've probably seen TV stations will use them. Not only does it keep you cooler, it you can see your. Of course, regular TV cameras, they got that little, what do you call it? Kind of face thing, like a mask, you know, where you can stick your head down there and it closes out all the light. That works a lot better. And they make them for cell phones. I think I have one somewhere. It kind of like a hood. They make hoods and then a regular like camcorder. It's got that little rubber cup, you know, where you stick your eye. If that was you, Joey, I think I saw Joe's name on that. If that's Joe, thanks, Joe. And I should have listened to you last night. That was Deer Creek. My bad. I went and looked at the map again. I was like, oh man, there's Deer Creek. Deer Creek. Come on, I got a bee here. A couple bees that are, I don't know what they're after. Those yellow bees that go in your soda can. Yellow jackets, whatever they call them. And that's all. I've only heard a couple injuries. About 4 days ago was somebody got multiple bee stings. Poor guy. A ground wasp. And then there was a neck burn. And then there was a rolled ankle. So of course, I'm not listening to Scanner 24/7, but for all the firefighters up here on this steep ass mountain, that's doing pretty good. Of course, the guy that got stung by the bees probably hating life for a couple days. I think they sting worse than a paper wasp. They live in this little hole, and you don't even know they're there, and all of a sudden, 100 wasps come out of the ground. And they're stinging you before you even know what's happening. You don't even see them coming. Because they're just right at your feet. They're just coming right up. And from what I remember, they're not as big. I'm guessing they're related to the paper wasp. Now hornets bite instinct. That's the worst. Yeah, you don't want to mess with a hornet. I had one get down my shirt riding a motorcycle. He bit and stung me like 10 times. And I was pounding my chest trying to crush him. and I crashed into this ditch. People stopped. They thought I crashed. They're like, "Are you okay?" And I'm pounding my chest like Tarzan. And they thought I was crazy. They said, "What's wrong with you, boy?" And they took off, and I'm like pounding my chest. And I was like, man, when they bite you, oh, it hurts. Same thing if you're on a motorcycle and one hits you in the head, if you don't have a helmet, man, they feel like rocks. The hornets are pretty big. Yeah, don't get stung by a hornet or bit. Don't get one down your shirt. Yeah, that was like the worst thing. Luckily, I didn't hit a car. I mean, I could have been hit on with a car or killed myself going into the ditch. Luckily, I wasn't going that fast. I was on like a 30-mile-an-hour road. It was at Keesler Air Force Base outside the gate. And I didn't mess my bike up that bad. It just kind of bent the handlebars like I broke a turn light off. And I killed it. I finally killed it and got it out of my shirt and stomped it and tore its head off, and I made sure it was dead. But I had 10 giant red lumps. Yeah, they're going to Jinx. Here he is coming back. Probably because they're going to work this lower part. That flame is probably, yeah, I see that flame's coming back again. He's going to drop right about there. He'll probably turn, but right about there is where that flame is. See that flame below him? That slope is burning. Yeah, he'll turn and come back. They've got a whole plan on, which way to hit it, which way is the fire going, where to drop it. Actually, he needs to come back around one more time. Yeah, he's dropping out there. It's really dangerous up here because of the mountain winds. They call them freight train winds. We used to fly up here for the comm sites, and it'll scare the crap out of you. You'll go sideways. Yeah, he's gonna drop right about there. Boom, yep, there he goes. Yeah, if he can knock that down, they can get some water on that. That'll cure that. Viewfinder? Yeah. That's the word it's got that little rubber cup. There's another CH-47, the Colson one. He's down lower. See him? About center of the picture, maybe a little low center. He's going to hit that same spot, I think. He'll go up and make a right turn and come back around. Maybe not. He may be headed back up to the top. Yeah, he's heading back up the top. Let me see if I can see any. I hear chain. When the wind's coming just right, I can hear the chainsaws. Man, they must go through some chains. I can get about an hour cutting, and I got a sharper mind. It cuts better, if you keep them sharp. As soon as you touch anything that ain't wood, if you hit the soil or you hit anything, dirt in the tree or anything, it'll dull up that blade or the chain, the teeth. There's somebody still up in there. Hear him? That's another Colson CH-47. Let me take a look at that slope they've been bombing. It still looks Yeah, there's still fire there. They dropped a lot of water, but there's still some little bit of fire in there. And that is straight up over there. Oh, I see big flame. That back ridge, this side of that big ridge and back. Yeah, there's big flame. Kind of where that smoke is boiling up out of there, that back header on this side of the bigger ridge. There's a lot of fire up there at top. Yeah, that's not looking good there. I think that sky crane is getting ready to drop right there. He's right over it. He's dropping down on where I see the fire up there. I don't know if you can see him. But they're on that. Yeah, I might pick up and go to Big Bear. And they said they lifted the mandatory evacuation. That's what I didn't understand. The western part of Big Bear by the dam and around in there was mandatory evacuation. They lifted that. This is where that's burning toward. I was kind of surprised. Now, eastern Big Bear, they lifted that to, they kept that as a warning. Warning means, get ready. Mandatory means get out. I'm surprised they changed this to just a warning because that's where it's headed. Wait, I got comments. Hold on. Yeah, on the lifting that, it kind of, because there was a breach. Like I said, that hole up there. They don't have a dozer cut all the way across. And a dozer cut ain't guaranteed. If we get wind tomorrow with this weather change, it could be on like Donkey Kong again. It's I don't know. I better shut up. Last time the run fire when it jumped the road over here, and I said, "Heads up, Big Bear." Some of the Big Bear people weren't real happy. But luckily, the firefighters, when it was spotting across the road down there at Stetson Creek, they were able to save it. I mean, it was literally, if you know Stetson Creek Road, as soon as you drop down 184, there's cabins right there. And I went in the next day, and there was literally embers were landing in the wood piles that they had, for their fireplace, right next to the cabin, and the wood pile caught fire. But they already had hose lays out, which saved a lot of time. They just whipped an engine in there, a couple engines, and hooked up the hose that were already laid, and saved them, 5 minutes of laying out hose, and just put it out. I mean, it was so close. Those cabins, it was a miracle they saved those. Stetson Creek has, you pick Apple Orchard. If you keep going down it, it's hard to find the turnoff. It's really a hard road to. Patty's the owner. They have a sign. I forgot to ask her. She was on this feed yesterday. If Patty's out there, Patty, are you going to have? I think she said, because last year the crop got wiped out because of that freeze. I think she said she had an okay crop to pick, but I think if anybody sees Patty, what's her last name? Messenger, or see if she's going to. Now that the road's back open, you can come pick apples if she. And the smoke ain't bad over here, not too bad. Because September's picking time. It may be too late even. So, well, Oak Glen's picking, so they're about the same. Where that breeze feels good. A little bit of breeze up here. I'm getting that updraft coming over the berm right here. That's why the deer will go lay up high during the day because they get that breeze in their face. And any enemy that's coming at them, they'll smell them. And they usually don't sit on top. They're just off the lip over the edge. So if they get threatened, they can bail off the backside. So there's a reason why they sit up. They'll bed down up high. They can see real good, and the updraft brings them anything coming from below them. And they get a little breeze. What they hate now is the deer gnats and the bugs. You'll see the deer. Sometimes their ears are eaten up like a horse. Yeah, the bugs haven't been bad. The other day there was some of those deer flies. Of course, I haven't been out cruising through the timber much. I'm still rehabbing a knee, get better, get more mobile. Had the meniscus. They did the, what do you call it, orthoscopic. Cleaned it up. Yeah, probably. Yeah, hopefully they don't have to tell everybody to get back out. Oh, look at the black. See that header in the top? See that black? Oh, yeah, that's that fire I was talking about. That's really getting into some fuel. Yeah, it's up there in the top. Oh, yeah, when it gets black like that, that's a lot of old trees. You know what's really going to suck is the rains. Somebody was just talking about the Highland and Mentone and Running Springs. This is just phase one. Then you're going to have 3 or 4 years of mudslides. I see a guy down there. He must be a mechanic. He's in a service bed. He's probably a mechanic for the dozers. He's in a, there's that CH-47. See him? See that picture low? Can you guys see those helicopters very well? I can't really see I can see the ridge, and that's about all I can see on this camera. He looks like he's going up top. Now there's a sky crane. Something's going after those. Remember I just said it got black? Yeah, the sky crane's going in there. Yep, he's dropping right now. On top where the black is. Kind of turning gray now. It's right at the top of the ridge. It's trying to go over that ridge. And that would be Bluff Lake's on the other side. I think it's a mile to Bluff Lake from there. I was looking at it last night. It was 2 days ago. It was 2 miles from Big Bear Lake. It's got to be a lot closer. Let's see how far that is. If you ever want to measure, go to Google Maps, and if you hold your finger on a spot, you drop a pin, then go measure distance. Then you just drag the tape measure to wherever you want to see, or whatever you want to measure. When I say there's Bluff Lake, there's the top. Yeah, that's about a half mile. It's getting close to Bluff Lake. The fire map showed it, this morning's fire map showed it pretty close. The Nature Conservancy owns that, and I asked why if they could dip, and they said no. It's there's a couple protected fish in that pond, that lake. My buddy that worked in AirTech said it's marked with a P, and he'd never seen that before. He had to look it up in the legend. P is for protected. It tells the AirTech they can't dip there. Oh, and last night, oh man, just below it, Angel Soaks. I go around a corner. It's like 10 o'clock, 10:30, and I see a deer. There's a wall and there's a guardrail. She's on the inside of the turn, and she froze. I had my strobes on so people could see me, my yellow construction, and she froze. I just happened to look left. She's right there, like 10 feet from me. She didn't. She froze. I go around the next corner, and I usually go slow because the deer are out up here. And I go down the next corner. There's Mama and two little ones, and I just Mama broke the wrong way. There was a cliff and a guardrail, so I veered into the other lane, and Mama, I could have sworn she was going under me, my right tire, and all I could think of was I was going to orphan those two fawns, and I just waited for the thump thump, and I think I was going slow enough. It gave her time to. She juked the wrong way, but then she jumped back the other way, and I looked to the side, and there she was. And I thought, thank God, I'm glad you made it, because I did not want to leave those two little ones up here all by themselves. And oh, it was so close. I got on the dash cam. I'll pull that off, and you hear me going, "Oh shit, get out of the way, Mama!" And then, yeah, I made the right turn away from her, and she reacted. She reacted wrong, but then she corrected herself. She broke to the wrong side, but then had enough time to get out from in front of me. Yeah, kill it. Imagine that running over Mama. Oh, I've been really lucky. I've dodged pigs, deer. I don't think I've hit almost elk. I don't think I've only had a close call with elk. Dogs, cats. I've only hit one dog, and I was coming down from hockey practice in Blue Jay, and it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. It was late. I was in Redlands, and I saw a cat. I only saw a cat, and I swerved, and the cat runs out the other side, but I hear bump, 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 and I'm like, what did I hit? The cat's over on the right, on the shoulder, looking at me. I thought, wait a minute. So I got out and looked up underneath. There was a dog chasing the cat. I didn't see the dog with a boxer, and he broke his neck on my tie bar, bent the tie bar, and that cat, I think, ran him underneath my truck on purpose. And the cat was just sitting there looking like, well, too bad for him, huh? And I thought, man, that was a pretty good move on the cat's part, the poor boxer. And I thought, I'm not going to go knocking doors at 1 o'clock. It was in North Redlands. So I put him to the side, and I put a little blanket on him, or a little towel, and called animal control in the morning. I felt so bad, And my tie bar was bent, so I only had about a quarter mile to get home. My truck's going down the road because my tires were towed in real bad. It was Church Street and by that baseball park, Community Field. But then, that was somebody's dog, I felt so bad. But I never saw him. And that cat, I think that cat did it on purpose. I'd swear that cat had a smile on its face. When I got out and looked up underneath her, I swear that cat was just kind of going, yes. Then the cat just walked off like no big deal. What time? Let me go up to Big Bear, and what time is it? 3 o'clock. If I get up there, hour up there, it'll be 5. I can still come back down here and see how this is doing over here. Of course, it's going to be bad smoke up there. Yeah, maybe not. It's really bad, right? Anybody in Big Bear? I can imagine it's pretty bad. I'll be back. I'm going to grab some water. Yeah, that the big header now is, see that big header going up? That's where it's coming over the top. Whoa. Looks like it's getting even crazier. Yeah, it's up over the top. That scanner got awful quiet. Let me go see what happened to the scanner. Oh, it got too hot. The sun was cooking it. Yeah, it's really hot. I so may do that. That scanner was in the windshield there, and cow park guy just stopped to look. That scanner got super hot and shut down. I hope it didn't damage it. Yikes. Hopefully it's got a thermal cutoff. That big plume right there is as it got up to the top. That's coming out of Deer Creek right there. As it got up to the top, it got into a lot of old growth and it turned black. You know, all that fuel, and it's up and over the top. Bluff Lake looks like about a quarter mile, maybe 3/8 of a mile from there. Yeah, Bluff Lake's in trouble. I'm sure they got dozer cut up there. I don't know. I got a map. Let me look at my map. There's dozer cut all over down here. Let me see if they got some up there. I'm sure they do. But on that one north edge, there was a gap. They were trying to, they call it an indirect line. They were trying to close that with a dozer line. Oh, it sucks without no scanner. Oh, wait a minute. Let me see what the comments are. I gotta shield the phone so I can see. Somebody sang a song about that. Can't you see? Almond Brothers, the Pecan Brothers. Can't you see? I think he was singing about a woman. Can't you see what that woman done to me? Is it 38? Open, yes, it's open to Big Bear. Those cars, some of those vehicles you're going by, they're going to Big Bear. Just be careful. There's still a lot of fire vehicles and crew buses and fire engines, brush engines, trailers bringing dozers, moving dozers. There's still a lot of traffic up here, so please, please take it easy. And please don't looky-loo and try and film it while you're driving. I just saw some idiot woman coming around the curves trying to film it. You're going to get crappy video and you're going to probably kill somebody or wreck your car. Please don't do that. Or hit my truck. Please don't do that. Pull off to a turnout or stop somewhere or get a dash cam or see that sky crane. He's still bombing at the top over there. It's gotten up on the top of the ridge there. That's that big header that's going up now. The one in back was worse. On the other side of that big ridge, that was Bear Creek over there below the dam. That one was worse when I got here. Now this one, this is Deer Creek coming up over this. Deer Creek and what is that? Clark's Grade, that road going up there. This is blown up. It got roaring out of that Deer Creek drainage right there. Come roaring up over the top. That was the fear, was they didn't have there was a gap on the dozer line on the north side up here, and I think that's about where it was. Hopefully that was on the map from yesterday. Wait, I saw a map this morning. It was this morning's map. The one guy, the hotshot, was saying they got it surrounded except for that. He said there's still plenty of room for it to squirt through until they get that tied in. Hopefully that's not what it did. Hopefully they can hold it right there, because Bluff Lake's not too far from there. Bluff Lake's about, I just looked at the map, 3/8 of a mile. I mean, we're within a half mile of Bluff Lake. It's aiming right for Bluff Lake. And there's that, oh crap, that old famous I think it's a Ponderosa pine. It's further west than Bluff Lake. It's even closer, I think. Hopefully that, I think it's the oldest Ponderosa pine or the biggest. It's world famous. It's got a plaque there, or did. Beautiful area, Bluff Lake. Oh, I wonder if that's it. Dozer mechanic. I see a guy in a white. Oh, there's a bunch of vehicles down there. Looks like support guys. Probably dozer mechanics. And if you see the smoke about center, lower center, and you look down, there's I don't know if you guys can see them. There's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 8, 9 vehicles. Mostly look like service beds, pickups, mechanics or maintainer guys. You know, the dozers were on there over there last night when I left about 10 o'clock. They were cutting dozer cuts like crazy. There was 5 of them over there on the right. I don't know if you can see that dozer cut on the far right. They went up and came back down over there. They cut a nice fire break over there. That was a new one, I think. Yeah, Big Bear. It is the suck. That smoke's going right at Big Bear. Now that helicopter, that's not a... Is that a sky crane? Yeah, it's a sky crane. You see him coming across? Right to left. was gonna go to Big Bear, but after looking at that smoke, it's not the first thing. I probably couldn't see anything. Maybe fawns could get some of them dipping, but the problem when you get in that smoke, you can't see anything. Not only is it bad for you, but you can't. The pictures are just all gray. Put that scanner down out of the sun. I wonder if it'll start working. I forgot my handle. Look at a handled one. Should have grabbed it too. I don't know if you can see the. I'll let you see the plume is getting pretty big. When I got here, the plume across, like on that back ridge, like over Bear Creek drainage over below the dam, that one was blowing up like this one. This one wasn't as bad. Now this one in front of us, that's Deer Creek drainage where it's coming out of, over there by Clark's Grade. When it got up there in that old growth by the top, it just blew up. So far, this cell phone's handling that heat. It's in the sun, but that dash seems to intensify the heat. When I drive around and my camera's on a hot day and I'm driving into the sun, it'll cook my cameras, and it thinks the battery's being charged too much, and then they'll shut down. They think the battery's causing it. Now I'm seeing little smokes over there. Yeah, it's definitely on top. Yeesh. I can't see on the other side, like Bear Creek drainage, but it looks like it could connect. I don't believe these two are connected. Let me look at my map. I don't think they're connected, excuse me, I don't think they were connected. It was like two fingers. Give me a second. I'm trying to catch up on the group. People are asking about 38 being open. I guess some people are evacuated down there. Realize they come home. They want to go home this way. So and the other way is still blocked. They can't come around 18. They can't come up 330. So they're let me share this link here real fast. It's only 4G here. One guy was complaining about it being broken. Oh, you know what? It's only 4G here. One guy was complaining about it being. I can use my camera. I'm watching the feed. Oh, you know what? It's only 4G here. One guy was complaining about it being. I can use my camera. I'm watching the feed. You know what? I can use it as my viewfinder since I can't see my screen. Now I can see your comments. Since I can't see my screen. Now I can see your comments. Since I can't see my screen. Now I can see your comments. Yay. Now if I can just figure out how to share it. Now I can see your comments. Now if I can just figure out how to share it. Now I can see your comments. Champion Lodgepole Pine. I've been seeing what, Ponderosa? Thank you, Carol. Champion Lodgepole. Champion Lodgepole Pine. I've been seeing what, Ponderosa? Thank you, Carol. Champion Lodgepole. Champion Lodgepole Pine. I've been seeing what, Ponderosa? Thank you, Carol. There's Joe. Hey, Joe. I can see everybody's comments now. Yay. There's Joe. Hey, Joe. I can see everybody's comments now. They had feedback. Turn that down. How do you share this? Yeah, the echo is, I got my second cell phone, I'm watching the feed. I'm trying to figure out how to share it. How the hell do you share this? Yeah, the picture looks good. Because the guy, he was whining that it was breaking up. I'm on 4G. That's all I could get up here on Verizon and HET. He probably had a potato phone. Hey, John. He probably had a potato phone from the old postage stamp phone. Flip open. How do you share the damn? Let me keep looking. Link with TV code. No. I don't want to link with a TV. I guess we don't share it. I'm going to send a smiley face though. I'm going to send a frog. Or whatever that is. I'm on Highway 38 above. Let me turn this off because it's gonna. Let me make this go away. I'm on Highway 38 above Angeles Oaks, about mile marker 22. It's about 5 miles to that far ridge. We're looking across here. Actually, it's 5.5 to Big Bear Lake. I measured it. Oh, look at him dropping. See him centered, kind of top left. That's Sky Crane just did a drop there. It just went over the top. See the big header blowing up? It just went over the top up there. And that guy, what is that? Yeah, that's a Sky Crane. They're dipping in Big Bear Lake. Oh yeah, I can see. It's still burning right at the top. Big flames up at the top. You can't really see because of the smoke. But they're trying to keep that. They made a run up out of Deer Creek drainage. That's that big smoke you see right there going up. When I got here, that wasn't blowing up. It was blowing up. See the far ridge? Behind the far ridge, the big ridge, it was blowing up over there. That's Bear Creek drainage below the dam. This is Deer Creek drainage, and by Clark's Grade, it's going up, headed for Bluff Lake. Yeah, that would suck if it hit. Careful with the Champion Lodgepole. Yeah, there's a plaque there. It's a beautiful tree. It's that would really suck if that got burned down. Bluff Lake, that's really a beautiful area. If you ever never been there, it's great hiking, pictures, nature. Birding if you like. If you're into birding, it's just alpine meadows, beautiful lake. It's Nature Conservancy owns it. Picnic, there's some picnic tables there. Just a beautiful area. It's kind of a little bumpy to get back up in there. It's what is it? 1N, 2N10. It's kind of a long, bumpy road. That's the only, but it kind of keeps out a lot of people. But you'll still see I wouldn't say crowds. I think there was 10 cars there when I parked last time. It's not slammed, put it that way. If you go in there, I would take an all-wheel drive, something with some clearance. I wouldn't take a low-slung streetcar in there. It's kind of like Fish Creek Road, but not quite as bad. Fish Creek Trailhead over here by Hart Bar. Just big lumpy ass road. There's the C847. I should look at my feed. I wanted to give you guys some zoom. Let me see if I can give you guys some zoom. But I couldn't see what I was doing. So now that I can see what I'm doing. Now Keller Peak is further west, further left. Let me zoom this. Let me see what happens here. Now Keller Peak is maybe get you up there where you can see. Let me see how much zoom I got. Oh, a little bit too much there, maybe. Right up there is where maybe you can see the drops now. See the helicopter? Right up there is where whoop, whoop, whoop. Come back up. Actually, I can pan down the slope. It's kind of about a 3-second delay. I can go down the slope. It's kind of burning up that slope too. It came out of Deer Creek to the left. I'll put you back up there. Maybe you can see some of the water drops. Kind of burning up that slope too. It came out of Deer Creek to the left. Hi, Junie. Okay, he's doing a drop up there now. Maybe did I turn it up half-fast enough? Top center. That's the battle. They're trying to keep it from. It went over the top up there. Bluff Lake is about 3/8 of a mile from there. It's heading toward Bluff Lake. Is that another drop or is that smoke? That looked like another drop. Let me get my binoculars. Yeah, with the binoculars, I could see active flame on top of the ridge. It's really Smoked in with smoke up there, it's getting hard to see. Because when they drown it with water, it kind of, yeah, it's a lot of rocks straight up and down. That's an old. Let me get rid of my. It's that it's never burned up there. I don't think in a long time. It's old growth. It's when it went black. That was when it was really getting a lot of fuel. When you see the black, the smoke turn to black, it's getting into heavy timber. That's what kind of made it take off. And the wind's pushing it. Right now, it's a wind-driven fire. The thermals are blowing upslope. Then about 6 o'clock, the wind will shift and blow down slope. As it cools off, it'll blow down, which will help. But that's what time is it? 3:30. Yeah, you got 3 hours. And this guy, he should be. You see him, the Colson one, the CH-47. He's going in there to try and stop it right there. He should be dropping right about there. Up. Oh, he's on this side of the smoke. He's not up as high as I thought. Can you guys, let me turn it where you can see him. I think he's going to do a drop right there. Yep. Yep. Bottom center. Okay, now there's fire. It's pretty good fire. You should be able to see it down lower on the slope. Kind of center. Oh, fire disappeared. Go about center of the shot now. If there's really not a lot of wind up here, that's just the thermals. As the air heats up, it's an updraft. So it is wind, but it's more heat caused. The daily thermals. That's why you see people hang gliding. They can stay up there forever. And you see the eagles and the hawks soaring around. That's what keeps them up there. That header looks like it's getting more. It was going up. Now it's going more sideways. That wind is pushing it. Can you guys hear that chainsaw? And I thought I heard a dozer clanking. I haven't seen any dozers. I'm sure they're out there working. You can hear them, the track. And like when they hit a rock or when they're clanking, when they're moving. Let me go see if I can resurrect the scanner. Maybe I can resuscitate that. It got hot. I had it in the dash, and my truck's facing. I should turn my truck around. It's facing west, and the old scanner got cooked. And if I turn around, let's see. Yeah, I need to turn around. I'm afraid to pull out of here because somebody will. There's a lot of people up here taking pictures now. Somebody will snake my spot. If there's only really room for two in here, it's a little turnout. It's not a big one. In fact, there's a CAL FIRE guy right down. There's a turnout right before this one. There's a CAL FIRE looking at the fire. Over there, he's parked in the other turnout. Yeah, it's a shame, man, if it gets up over that top. And I'm sure they know about that champion tree. Carol said it was a lodgepole. I kept calling it a ponderosa. It's a lodgepole. I'm starting to get hoarse. Kermit the Frog. Kermit! I got him right as I left. Amazon pulled up with my air purifier. Yay! I should have ordered that first day. I should have had one to begin with. I've got a humidifier and a, what's the other thing I got? Dehumidifier. And I got a Vicks Vapor Rub Mister. And you put that Vicks Vapor juice in it and then fill it with water, and that kind of helps. And I've got a, what do you call it? What's the one that sucks it out of both your nostrils? Navage? That really helps. I've always had sinus problems since I moved out here. The Midwest, it's more moist. This is more air. The doc said it. My sinuses just don't like the arid West. The best thing for me was when I was diving a lot. The saltwater rinse. Oh, that was great. You go diving and you're clear. But that's basically what I do with the Navage. If you have trouble with drainage and sinuses, and that Navage hoovers it up pretty good. Both nostrils. It's got a little battery, like a suction pump. I don't like the neti pots. For some reason, I don't dig the neti pots. Oh, you're clear to Big Bear. Everybody. Yeah, you're clear. Highway 38's open. There's cars been driving by me since I got here. I got up here about 1:30. There was no checkpoints. They're not even checking. I was surprised that, because there's still, well, you know what? There ain't a lot of fire traffic over here. The battle's in Big Bear, over there on that slope. Angeles Oaks is kind of out of the woods now, I guess. Looking back over there when I came up, the other fire made a run at Angeles Oaks a couple nights ago, and DC-10 came in. They laid down Phos-Check. They got dozer cut around it now, and they got Phos-Check. AOs should be good. That's probably why they opened it up. And plus, with 330 being closed in 18, there's no front side into Big Bear. You got to come up Lucerne the back way, which is a long detour. That's a long ass ride. So yeah, if you want to get to Big Bear, I would do it. If you want to get to Big Bear, I'd do it fast. And I unless this fire gets into Big Bear City itself, I wouldn't think they'd close it, because 38 goes way out to the east and comes back. Sugarloaf. I think you would be good for a day or two. I mean, I hate to speculate and assume, but there's really no threat on this side at this time. Use the lawyer language. It appears, in my professional opinion, and I don't recall. As soon as you hear the guy saying, I don't recall, you know he's a lion weasel. I like watching them squirm when they get him on a witness. And you get them under oath, man, they change their tune. You can figure out who the weasels are. And they're dumb enough to think we believe them. You know, it's like it's insulting what they say sometimes. You're like, come on. What is it? Judge Judy says that don't pass the smell test. It doesn't make sense. When Judge Judy's yelling at the guy's making up the excuse. Last time I was in court, it was for 25 years ago. A roomie, we had a bad roomie, and we kicked him out, or he left, but he left a mess. So we used the deposit to clean up the mess, but he wanted his deposit back, so we went to court to contest it. And the guy in front of us, he said he didn't speak English, and he was telling the judge no hablo. So the judge says, hey, I got an interpreter right here. So I get the interpreter up. So then the guy goes back to English, and he says, I don't have to do what you're saying. He's telling the judge to F off. And I'm like, no, don't make him mad, because we're up next. And he's telling and the judge says, listen, come here. Well, he didn't say come here. He said, this is what I can do. He said, I can put you in jail. I can confiscate your car. I can fine you. And he says, what do you think about that? And the guy's like, okay. So I think he ended up paying like $200 fine. So then we walk up, and the first thing the judge says is, what do you want? I looked at my roommate and I said, this ain't gonna go good. And he said, why didn't you countersue him? You know, why didn't we countersue him for, I thought we'd just come here and, you know, we'd give our side of the story. And it's obviously he's at fault. So he was yelling at us for not countersuing him, which I guess we should have. But we ended up winning. And the guy was a dirtbag. He ended up, the OSI come asking about him. He was scamming the women. He was getting them to sign quick claim on the house. Yeah, he was like a scam artist, con artist. And he was in the Air Force. He ended up, I heard they kicked him out and he went to prison, I think, for fraud. Yeah, what a roommate. He was, every week he had a different woman over and he was smoozing them. And then I don't know how the women would get him on the title, or somehow he would get on the quick claim it and then sell it or take a loan out on it. Yeah, he was a snake deluxe. Trying to read the 50 to 70% chance of Monday when the wind increases. Is it going to be a push? You know, we get wind, but we get rain, or is it going to be the wind's going to be the worst, or is the rain going to help? Wow, that's really. And up there by Bluff Lake, that's all old pine trees. I remember driving in up there, and it's kind of more open. It's not real thick pine trees, but it's kind of more open. But it's all beautiful pine trees up in there. Yeah, that's gonna burn like crazy. That's why we're seeing this. It's getting into those pines up there on top. It kind of looks like, and there's big boulders. You know, over by Colored Cliff. You know, got those big boulders. There's big boulders. In fact, we saw a lion up there. The lions like those big rocks. They'll den in there. We seen a lion hop around in those big rocks. God, that was years ago. That's a shame that the forest is closed. That's one thing people are bitching about is the forest closure is till end of November. The problem with this forest manager and the previous forest manager, they're closing the forest 20 miles away. You know, you don't need to, and they have no scientific evidence to back up why the closure. There's still half the forest you could use. I could see them closing this, you know, until they reseed it, and all the erosion, you know, a year or two. The erosion, that's the thing. It's going to be mudslides now, and a lot of people don't realize this is half the problem. Like Mentone, Highland, Running Springs, anything below the burn area, the burn scar. Like look at Oak Glen. They've had like 3 years of mudslides and boulders coming down. Yeah, it's that is the suck. I can't really see. Let me look. I have to look on my other phone to see the comments. Well, I was gonna work on my scanner too. I'll have to turn the truck around. Trying to see the comments. Oh, the Arbor Day? Yep. Yeah, is that weather going to bring God, hopefully it's not thunderstorms. We don't need more lightning strikes. Let me kill this. Yeah, we don't need the lightning. Just a nice steady rain. Not enough to create the mudslides though. Yeah, the Running Springs, man, they'll oh man. They'll get the guardrails fixed and the signs, and then the mudslides come. I wouldn't be surprised if 18 is, or I'm sorry, 330 is impacted by mudslides, you know, this winter, where they have to close it. If it blows out like 38 did, they'll have to close it and you know, scrape all that out of the way. And like at Stetson Creek, it blew out the guardrails. If you remember, Stetson Creek blew out, was it 2 years ago, 3 years ago? Highway 38. Those vehicles got shoved off the side of the road. That I remember that travel trailer, and when there was like an Audi pushed backwards and almost went down into the creek. That guy, they said he was pooping his pants. It spun him around, and it's real steep right there. And luckily he had a tree. It pushed him into a tree, or he would have probably went crashing down into the steep ravine. Bet you that was a wild ride. They're not dipping in Jinx. Somebody said they were earlier. They're staying up Big Bear Lake because it's higher. You know, it's on their level. When they were dipping lower yesterday, they were coming over to Jinx because they don't have to climb as far to get up to Big Bear. And it's probably same distance, maybe closer. Ugh. That's where I was wanting to get over there, was going on 210 and go up, see how far I could get to Bluff Lake. But it's probably a beehive in there right now. You probably can't even see. It's probably a beehive with brush engines and hand crews trying to hold it right there. And there's the road there. And what else is in there? There's the road, Castle Rock, and then you're at Big Bear Lake. Once it gets past Bluff, Castle Rock, and then you're right at Big Bear Lake. There's the Highway 18. Is there another road in there? Nope, that's it. That road, it goes into Bluff Lake and then straight down by Castle Rock to 18. By the dam there, a little east of the dam. I hear something big. I think that's a helicopter though. I guess I haven't seen the fixed wing, the Foscheck, you know, the big VLATs, very large air tanker, and the LATs, large air tanker. I'm sure they could use a some faucet check up top. They may already have it up there. If they do, hopefully it'll hold. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Do the firemen have to show the faucet check lines? I think they do. Oh yeah, that's that sky crane. Watch the sky crane. He's going in there to do a drop. Pretty sure they show the faucet check. You can really see it on the mountain and with the naked eye. You can see the pink. They had 5 rotary air attack over here, 5 in a observer or air boss. They had 2 CH-47, 3 CH-47s, and 2 sky cranes. Yeah, that sky crane turn. He's coming back across. Probably gonna do a drop right there. See him right to left? He's down low, so he's probably right there at that road. Yep, that's right where he's trying to get that, where it's trying to get across that fire break. It's trying to jump that road, that fire break, I mean. And I don't see hand crew up there. I'm looking for hand crew guys. I don't see any hand crew guys. Usually they got orange or yellow. Yellow is firefighters and the orange is the prisoners. Let me see what's up with the scanner. See if I can resuscitate it. Chopper just circled and from Bryant coming over. They can fuel up here and they're fueling down at the sky cranes are fueling at Redlands Airport. You can see them if you go on Sessoms Road, North Redlands. There's a fence, but a lot of people sit there and watch they want to take the kiddos and let them see a sky crane. They look like big old angry wasps. They look like a evil insect. Let me see if I may have to turn my truck around and get the scanner to work. Hopefully I didn't cook it. That's a $450 scanner. How you doing, scanner? Are you back? Talk to me, scanner. It's cool to the touch, but no worky. I wonder if it popped the fuse or it should have a thermal. Crap. Can't believe I cooked it. Poop. Oh, you know what? I know why it's not working. Oh. I think I turned the key off. I got this one on the key right now. Let me go fix my error. Homer Simpson. I turned it off. I think. Yeah, there we go. Right back on. Just reading the weather right now.
And below the passes this afternoon. Gusts will mostly be 35 to 45 miles per hour, but the two local gusts to 50 miles per hour through passes. Winds will strengthen for Monday afternoon and evening with gusts to 45 to 55 miles per hour expected. The two local gusts to 60 miles per hour possible through the San Gorgonio Pass. Cooler with high humidity on a Monday, with mostly light showers along and west of the mountain. Coverage of precipitation will be most widespread Monday morning, becoming more isolated into Monday afternoon. Isolated light showers could continue into early Tuesday morning for San Diego County. Slightly warmer Tuesday and Wednesday, followed by cooler weather with another chance of light precipitation on Thursday. Much warmer with gradual drying Friday into next week. Break. Go ahead. Speed 40 to 50% on desert slopes to 90 to 100% on coastal slopes. Wind, slope wind, west 12 to 22 miles per hour, gusts to 35 miles per hour. Eastern wind, west 12 to 22 miles per hour, gusts to 30 miles per hour. Chance of wedding rain, temperature, LA yellow 1. Break.
I don't know if you heard that, but they're saying gusts in 45 to 60 Monday. That is not good. That is not good at all.
X81, predicted bringing index 151, extra adjective moderate, predicted adjective high, activity level 1, power level A, alpha, and 665, 110, 139, moderate, 1, A, alpha, area 696, 151, 152, moderate, 1, A, alpha, and 694, 123, 130 east, moderate, 1, EV, Echo Victor, area 632, 38, 38, moderate, high, 1, B, drop. 142, 163, moderate, 1A alpha. Moderate, 1A alpha. ATND adversary, there is marginal burning permitted on the South Coast Basin, Stockton Sea Basin. There is burning permitted on the Mojave Desert Basin. There is currently enforced order for fire restriction. Break. Everybody, Theta, 1605.
That is not good. 45 to 60 gusting. That's not gonna help at all.
We've got information from Foxtrot, Hector 137.
That's gonna be terrible. Give me a second, I gotta retrieve my water. I gotta be careful now. You have to use the bathroom, you go over to the side of the cliff and you're good, but now everybody's driving up here. Gotta be careful where you take the bathroom break. Same on the ring cameras. Everybody's got cameras now. And when you're in the town, I noticed it a couple years ago at the El Dorado fire, some women were oogling the firefighters in their driveways. And I thought, Oh man, because we don't go to the bathroom in the yard, but you might be out near the street, and somebody's watching. So every time I go to use the little boys' room, I always look around the trees. Are we on camera? Hey, look, I know that guy. Yeah, you gotta be careful. That's how they cut those looters. Dumbass looters were on the several ring cameras, and they're calling the cops. Cops met them at the bottom of the hill, right there below the homes. You got the evidence of them cutting through.
Yeah, I might shut down the pump for a minute. I got a weird leak that I'm gonna try and investigate.
There's the sky crane down low. Let me look at the feed. You want me to widen that back up? Excuse me. You want me to widen that feedback out? Let me look at the comments. Looks like they're dipping out of Jinx now. These guys that are dropping lower, they're going over to Jinx now. It's quicker. They don't have to climb up over the ridge. How's the view? Let me back it out a little bit. Maybe you can see a little better. I don't know if I backed out or not. Man, that's really delayed. That was 5 minutes ago, I think. Test 1, 2. You guys hear me? Hey, how you doing? It got up over the top. Bluff Lake's right there. That's not. That wasn't good. Boy, it got really black smoke, and boy, they tried like crazy to keep it off there. They're dipping Jinx, right?
I don't know where the Big Bear.
But I mean, the ones that just see how they're working lower.
If you see them go across this way,
yeah,
Jinx.
They seem like the low guys. They don't want to have to climb that ridge, so when they're working up top, they're going over.
Yeah, you should hear them talk. They're all going, "This ridge is a motherfucker."
Watch out, this is on.
Oh, is that live?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, they have ridges. That's a high climb, especially when they're. It's getting hot a little bit. The air density.
Yeah. I was here yesterday.
Uh-huh.
I was watching them paint that hillside all over.
When did they paint that lower? I saw them do this.
Yesterday.
What time? You don't remember?
It was around noon.
Okay.
Between noon and 3, because I got chased out of here.
Really?
Yeah, I got chased out of here by Chippy.
Really?
Yeah, yesterday. I was standing here with probably 5 or 6 information officers. Or
Fire
CDF.
guys?
Yeah, fire guys. Having a great time. I was here for about 3 hours. They gave me water. They showed me their maps. We talked about a lot.
He come up to get out of here?
Yeah, he came up and said, "Who's Brock? Get out of here."
It's kind of now it's wide open.
He said, "You got 2 choices. Either I can escort you down, or you can turn around and go home."
That's kind of poopy.
I said, "Hey, I'm not arguing with you.
Yeah, he's in charge and over in the street. I got here late yesterday, 4-ish, 5-ish. probably why I didn't notice that, or I missed it.
Yeah, they were painting that ridge. They had the 2 DC-10s in here for about...
Yeah, I saw the DC-10 one drop, and then EAE 146, the other couple, but then it was dark.
Yeah.
I think that's CHP making noise.
So we're trying to get some photos up here.
Now I got some. See, that was actually an air-to-ground channel. Some of those channels are noisy. I don't want to tighten the squelch up too much, but they're. What were you listening to?
Gold mine scanner.
Okay, yeah, Big Bear scanner.
Yeah.
That forestry net. I wonder if it was on Keller, because the forestry net's usually loud and clear. It got scratchy, barely readable a couple days ago, right after Keller burned. I think they have one at Onyx, and I think Keller. I'll have to ask. All the guys I know retired. You know, like me, they retired.
The volunteer group, the
Which one?
ham group,
Yeah.
the volunteer group. They put there's a repeater backup on Keller.
Well, it was there, and it didn't burn. It was on backup
Yeah.
battery. They told us not to hit it, you know, because it would
Right.
run the battery down.
Right. And I think there's a camera up there again.
Well, the camera never. There's some cameras. That's a big complex,
Yeah.
and I
Probably
think
bigger than I realized.
yeah, because I used to climb the poles out in front there, the tower, the antenna poles. There's like the lookout,
Yeah.
and there's like 10 shacks going down the ridge,
Oh.
shacks.
It's much bigger than it.
It's a pretty big compound.
Yeah. So it didn't take it all out.
Now it sounded like I said, the Keller ham repeater was up.
Yeah.
They were worried about it running out of
Battery.
the generator. I told them, I said, I can get gas up there. I don't have keys. I may still have keys for that. Depends on if they change the lock. Usually what happens is people cut off their locks and they'll put their own. We did it, you know, that's times we got locked out.
Mm-hmm.
We would cut like an Edison lock and put ours in so we could get in and out. Because Edison always had locks. We would call them and say, hey, usually it was Edison that locked us out.
I don't cut the locks, I cut the chain. And then I put my own lock in the
Or they
chain.
do that.
I don't
And,
take somebody's out.
But that doesn't have, that's got pipe gates. That's got Ed
it's
Cruz
got-
pipe gates.
Yeah, yeah.
That doesn't, you know,
Doesn't
the
have-
chain is not,
You can see flame right there.
yeah, the chain is not secure really, because you just blink or a cordless grinder and you're in.
Yeah. Yeah, locks only keep honest people out.
Where the pipe gates, it's harder to get, you can do them, but it's
It's harder, you're right.
a lot harder, and they can't. Ed Cruz came up with that foot around pipe, fill it with concrete, set the footings down about 6 feet in concrete, because guys would ram our gates. You know, just the chain link pipe, you know,
Sure, or just
Huh?
jerk them out of the ground with a
jerk
chain.
them out of the ground, ram them. We started putting those pipe gates up at heaps, and the first thing we found was radiator fluid, and it didn't even bend the pipe. It's just that was 1/4 inch plate or steel. It all it did was scratch the paint, and you can tell that guy was mad because it took out his front end.
Uh-huh.
And then you could see where they were trying to yank the anchors with chains. And when you sink it deep enough with enough concrete, you're going to need a dozer or a big tractor. And yeah, see, that's. It was going straight up. Actually, that back ridge was worse when I got here. That's Bear Creek over on the other side.
Right, it's on the backside of that.
Below the
in
dam.
In that ravine.
Yeah, when I got here, that was blowing up. This wasn't bad. That kind of calmed down. Then this blew up. It got into that old growth.
Back to the county yard and check it out, see what's going on.
I'm surprised they opened the road.
Okay, copy.
There's really no threat over here, but what's happening is people are leaning on their county rep, you know, Don Rowe, and they're calling their state rep, and they're calling the governor, and they're calling CHP and saying, why are we locked out, you know? But you know what, the other thing is 18's closed and so is 330. This is the only way up.
Yeah, I heard they opened 18th across Snow Valley over into Running Roaring Springs.
Yeah, but can you get the Big Bear?
Yes, I heard they opened it.
How could they get their Big Bear? It's open all the way?
Yeah.
Wow. That's why I thought they opened this was to give a front way in. Wow, they opened.
Maybe it's just.
You sure?
I'm not positive.
Because all that's right at 18. It's right below the dam.
Yeah, I know.
I wouldn't think they'd let them up there yet. Well, we're over this a lot further away.
Right. The wind is taking it that way, so we're safe here. But right now.
Well, that's upslope. The
crazy winds thing takes it.
Well, that's the upslope. That's normal. That's everyday wind. At 6 o'clock, it'll turn around and blow it down.
Yeah. Yeah, people don't realize the wind shifts every evening.
Yeah, in the morning and
in the morning and
evening.
Twice a day.
But this was more straight up. Now we do have some wind up at altitude. See how it's pushing it sideways?
Yeah, it's pushing it right in my can.
You're at a
I'm back there by Jinx Lake.
Chinook's over here.
Yeah.
Big Bear is sucking all that smoke.
Yeah. My wife said she's over in Big Bear.
Is it bad?
She said it's pretty smoky right now.
I was gonna go up there and see if I could get on, on Bluff Road.
Yeah.
And I thought, man, it's so smoky, I probably couldn't see anything to begin with. And I don't need another dose of the smoke, heavy smoke.
Me neither. I'm getting tired of smelling wood.
Day 11.
Day 11?
Yeah, it's been 11 days. It started on Thursday afternoon.
Yeah.
Friday, 8, 9. Yeah.
Lost count.
It's been, I was losing count. I just happened to, somebody corrected me. I forgot what day it was.
Yeah. It surprises me they're going over through the smoke to Big Bear to get water.
It's closest.
Yeah.
They can't dip in Bluff Lake because it's conservancy.
Right.
And there's some endangered fish in there.
Probably endangered frog or something.
Buddy that's it's fish. Buddy that's air attack, he said on their map it said P on it. He didn't know what P meant, so he had to look at the legend. He's dropping right now, see him?
Yeah, they asked me that yesterday. They go, what's P? What do you suppose that P means?
Who said that?
The information, the guys I was talking to, the
They didn't know either? Yeah, I guess
they didn't know.
It means protected.
And I said, well, that's owned by the Conservancy up there.
Well, what makes it
it's protected.
no drop is the endangered fish.
Yeah.
Probably if they didn't have those endangered fish, they could probably do it. But endangered, when you're on that list, you can't do nothing.
Think they ever suck a fish up?
The what?
Think they ever suck a fish up with their helicopter? Out of the
I
remember screens on them.
I remember asking Earl. Yeah, there's screens on them. They only need 12 inches for the Bambi bucket. There's an old wives' tale that the super scuba scooped up a scuba diver, but that's all bullshit. It's all old wives' tales. You hear people, yeah, my brother saw it. It's like, well, which super scooper and which lake and when? And they're like, well, my brother gets drunk and they spread that stuff. And
I went across that dozer line. That's what they've been talking about.
Yeah, they've been coming low to.
Yeah, they've been saying it's
that
across
thing
the dozer line.
took off as a big flame. Well, they made a big.
Talking about this dozer line goes up this ridge.
Yeah, right here?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Right there where the smoke is, big flame went up that. And that's what they were working the top. They came down here to knock that down and keep it on this side of the cut. That's the thing. I don't see any hand crews up there. I've been wondering where.
There's a flare up right there.
I'm looking for the orange and yellow ants on the side of the hill, and they must be on top, trying to keep it off Big Bear up there.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a lot of crew buses over here either. It's getting about, what time is it? I didn't eat lunch. It's time for lunch. Late lunch. That CHP. Need to block those out. Up here in the mountains, I can pick up a lot better, a lot further. Where'd my chicken go?
Charlie, training in around 2.
Time for a late lunch. Did I pull the camera back enough where you guys can? Yeah, it looks like I pulled it back. Excuse me for a minute. I'm gonna eat my chicken. Get out of here, B. Damn it. Damn bees. Jeez. A lot of chicken in there right there. Get out of here, bee. Damn it. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's another thing of fire.
2411, 1125, 50 north to 91 west in the lane, a plastic basket, and
Damn. Get out of here, bee. There's a bee all over my chicken. Oh, yeah, they're meat bees. Shit. Get off my chicken. Yeah, those are... Ah, get off. That's why they're on my chicken. They're meat bees. Well, they don't take long to find it. Damn it. I may have to go sit in the truck because there's like 6 meat bees on me. I'm gonna get stung. I'm gonna have to go to the truck. Damn it, bees. Get out of here. I'm gonna be in the truck for a few. Hell, they're in here. Get out of here, bees. Meat bees. That's crazy.
Vehicle was driving at high speed. There you go.
Foxtrot.
I think you'll be en route to the 1183 for an area check on back area Mockingbird.
Sorry about that.
40 minutes, copy.
Those meat bees got so bad I couldn't eat my chicken. They went right for the... Get out of here. They still smell it on me. They're right in my face. Damn it, bee. Man, they got good snivers because I know more than pulled that chicken out. Bad move. And like 6 bees were on me. There's one still on me. Get out of here. In fact, one of them landed on the chicken, started burrowing in right. I hate that. Those yellow, what do you call them? Bees? We call them meat bees. If you kill a deer and you hang it, that's why you got to put cheesecloth around it, because these meat bees will get in there and start burrowing into the. God damn it! They'll start burrowing into the meat. They'll get in your soda can. So if you ever pick up a soda can to drink, make sure there ain't a meat bee in there.
All units, 7, stand by for message.
Let me look at the display. If anybody's got questions, let me see what I got here. How's the Oh, don't say that, Lisa. They finally let me alone. I had to put the chicken up in my cooler. Man, they were on it like. Let me zoom out a little bit. That's what I was wondering. Let me zoom it back out. It's hard for me to see the camera. Let's see how that does.
Not enough to create the mudslide.
You might want to figure out who's around that Y where the wood
Get out of here, Pete. The chicken's gone. How's that on?
Luckily, he had a tree.
Did Dad zoom it back out for you? I'm bailing a couple bees and I'm trying to zoom it. I think it just zoomed back out there.
There was an older model Ford Ranger that had those 28
Still killing me. I need to get my.
See you, Jeff.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see what's going on in town.
Okay.
There's a restaurant open.
Yeah, there you are.
Yeah.
See ya. God damn it, bee. That was one of the camp guys. I must be looking at an old picture because let me restart my feed here because I'm still showing it zoomed in, but you're zoomed out, right? Yeah, I'm seeing like old, like 5 minutes ago talking. Well, those bees are persistent. Next time I want to have some spray for you, buddy. You and all your friends. There's no more chicken. Get out of here. I know it's good chicken, but damn. Okay, we better? Yeah, I'm seeing like the old picture. That's weird. Let me get out of here completely and go back and hit live. I'm seeing like okay, now I'm zoomed out. I'm seeing there we go. The other night it was a bear. There was a bear. It was a Jinx Lake up there where Bob had his trailer, the camp host. And I guess the bear knew everybody was gone. The bear was in there getting in all the trash cans. And it got dark and I'm eating my chicken. I thought, this ain't a good idea. You know, sitting there eating chicken in the dark. And there's a bear. I'm sure the bear will want the chicken more than Twinkie wrappers in the trash can. It's gonna get stupid up here. A lot of people are stopping and they usually end up. I've had people come up and try and sit right in front of me. The stupid people come up. One time we had just a little window between the trees. I think it was the Radford fire. And these guys were news guys. They come up, park right next to us. I mean, you really don't want to stop on park right next to somebody. And he gets his tripod out. He walks over where we're at. There's two of us. He starts to set up. We said, "What are you doing?" He said, "I'm gonna film." We said, "Not here. You're not. You're blocking our view." He got all mad. He's like, "Look, dumbass. There's plenty of turnouts up here. You don't block anybody." And he was a younger guy, like 20. I think he might have even been a stringer, the guys that feed the TV station. And he got all mad. Me and the guy was like, "Get out of here. We were doing fine before you got here. Leave." I mean, we'll share, but we really can't share them. Now we're going to move and get out of his way. It's like when you're fishing, you start catching fish, people come over and throw their line over the top of yours. There's a lot of fish in the lake. You don't have to go. Then you tangle lines. That's the ultimate stupidity.
And there's a Y in the middle. That middle pump is pumping into basically the way that goes from the top to the bottom. There's a valve there with a Siamese on it, and that upper or the lower, I guess, valve needs to be shut, or else you're just going to pump all the water from the top and middle to the bottom, because that's the path of least resistance. So that line needs to be shut to get it to go back up.
It kind of looks a little better up there now, don't you think? It doesn't seem to be as, of course, it seems like it's more going sideways, but it doesn't seem to be the big towering black smoke like it was. Seemed to be better. Sorry, I'm eating my Snickers, my almond Snickers. The bees don't want that. Hey, don't bring chicken up here. You know what it was? The other night I ate when it was dark. The bees were gone. That's why they weren't bothering me the other night. It was 8 o'clock. Yeah, you whip out meat. They must have a hell of a sniffer. It was like I turned on a neon sign.
Road at your house, several bikes doing stunts, unknown if they're dirt bikes.
The guy was just here. He said his wife's in Big Bear, and she said it's pretty nasty.
45.
If you're going home to Big Bear, you might want to consider it that it's going to be super smoky. I would stay out unless you really got to go home. Go home and do whatever you can do and bail somewhere away from the smoke, because that's bad smoke.
About midway down, you guys have a very prominent smoke that's moved to 10 to 5 that I haven't seen all day break.
I think they're talking about that. Maybe that smoke that's over there on the lower left. But that's been there.
Stationary, not building, but very prominent.
That sounds like that. It's not going up the... Well, wait a minute. It's not really climbing. It's just staying right there. The other ones have climbed up the ridge. Yeah, that's one thing to consider. If you're going to Big Bear, take a look at this. Look at some of the web cameras for Ben's Weather. Has webcams up in Big Bear. Or look at some of those wildfire alert cameras. And even with your air conditioner on, I wouldn't, especially if you got kids or little ones, I wouldn't spend the night up there. I know it sucks not being home, but we had a bad night Saturday and last Saturday in Redlands. I almost left. If I'd have done it the next day, I would have left. I would have bailed. Especially if you're older or you got respiratory, I wouldn't go up to Big Bear. I was headed up there, but I'm getting older, and that's really bad for your lungs. If you can get a air, what do you call it? I just got mine from Amazon. Air filtration, air purifier. I guess it works for cat dander and all kinds of particulates. They're not cheap, but it'll help keep that. Even if you try and seal your house up, it seems like it still gets in. I can still smell smoke. Inside my house, when I go home, I can smell a little bit of smoke. Well, there's some fire about center of the shot. See that down there? A little bit of fire getting going. They bombed that with water. Oh, about an hour ago. They 7, 8 drops over there on that slope right there. See, I can't see up on top where all the... Let me look up there. Yeah, I can't. It went over the top about... What time is it? It went over the top an hour and a half ago. Let me look at the comments here. I have to look at my phone. I have to put the feed on I can't see my screen on my phone that's filming it. It's a Samsung S22. Wait, Samsung X23 Ultra.
No
That's
need
filming
for a
it.
tone out. You can go ahead and generate a call, but there's no need for VC. I'll keep you updated. Standby.
Oh, the Harbor Day?
Yeah, that's really rugged over there. That's bear country. We used to bear hunt over there, Bear Creek and Siberia Creek. The bears like it because we call it the steep and deep. It's hard to get on the bear because I mean you got to hold on to trees to go up the climb, and I mean you got to be young and pretty chiseled to be climbing that ridge over there. And it's thin air, you're up 7,000 feet. I don't see how these guys do it. Robin's been running her purifier. Oh, my little bee wars. They had 6 of them coming. I didn't know when I pulled that chicken out. 6 of them were lined up. One of them landed on my chicken and started boring right in. He didn't even ask for a handout. He just jumped right in. I guess, he probably had brothers and sisters. When you got brothers and sisters, you can't dawdle when somebody pulls out some food. It's like 5 dogs. You throw that bone in the middle. Oh, let's see. IQ Air makes the best home office. Yeah, this one was $100 on Amazon. It was like a lighting deal. I got it for like 75. It does like 1,000 square foot. That's going in the bedroom. I might put one in the living room too. Which will do like the living room. Well, I could even use one in the kitchen. Yikes, that's getting expensive, but I'll have to look up the IQ ones. It was kind of hot sitting out here in the sun. It was like 80 degrees. There's a little bit of a breeze, cool breeze, which is nice. It's the upslope, the updraft coming up. And sitting out in the sun, it's a little bit warm. Feels good though. Last night it got chilly. As soon as the sun went down, I had to put my brush jacket on.
So, Mary, the victim, I'm not sure if she knows you guys are there, but she called in right now giving us the suspect vehicle information.
So, Robin, when you run your purifier, you don't run it all the time. You just I'm assuming there's a timer on it. Mine had like sleep mode. It was raving about the sleep mode. And it's about the size of a small kitchen trash can. It's kind of round. I'd say 2 feet high, maybe a foot across. I hope it's not noisy. My other one's kind of noisy. My dehumidifier, it's kind of noisy. But you really don't need a dehumidifier out here because we're running 20% humidity. We're back east when I'm Midwest. You could fill a pan of water up in a half an hour with a dehumidifier. It was so sticky, the humidity.
The boss check, the big E-Lance, very large air tanker, the Lance large air tanker.
Oh, thanks, Robin. 8 hours at a time and it's quiet. Good. Of course, I can sleep with pretty good with noise. Usually like this all day, and I get home, I was getting weird. My sleep cycle got screwed up, and it finally caught up to me yesterday. I slept like 8 hours, 10 hours, and got up at like 2 o'clock. but I just got home and just fell over. The big Z. Today wasn't too bad. Some days I get up, man, it's like, oh, that Sunday after that smoke out in Redlands, that was a rough day. You feel like you got something on your chest, and I was coughing, and I was plugged up. I'll have to look up that IQ Air. Mine's God, what's the name of it?
Henry 3. And that does return clear.
I should have had an air purifier years ago, because we've had several fires that blew smoke into Redlands. You know, fires like in Orange County, or the Apple Fire and the El Dorado Fire, when the wind blew the wrong way. We got smoke from that. Yeah, I should have got one years ago. Old Fire, 2003. Old Fire blew smoke on us. Yeah, the headers have laid down. If you see, you know, when I got up here, there was a big, giant plume going up from Bear Creek. Then this plume here in Deer Creek blew up. Now they're both kind of laying down. They're not the towering plume. Hopefully, this fire lays down tonight. God, that wind, they were broadcasting the wind or the weather on ForestNet, and they said gusts 45 to 60. And I was like, oh man, because the gusts up here get a lot stronger. And I'm thinking, oh man.
I just showing both units. We're at a flight has arrived safely. We're going to follow the airship into the terminal, and we'll be clear.
It's one that they can't fight is when the wind comes up. It's just like they can't even go defensive. They just got to get out of the way. When I first moved here in 1980, I'd never seen wildfire. In the Midwest, we burn leaves, we burn the field, we burn our slash piles. And occasionally a forest will catch on fire, but we're not really that dry. But when I got here, I couldn't believe it. How big and how massive and how fast it moved. Panorama Fire, I was in the military and they called our boss, my captain, and said, Mayor Bob, they were looting on the north end of Del Rosa. They said, because it takes National Guard a day to get out there and they got to get ammo drawn. He said, I need your boys. And I think about 10 of us drew our weapons and went up to North Del Rosa. He was given M16s to the firemen. Of course, the firemen, they're trying to fight a fire. They don't have time to watch their backside. So that's why the cops were getting, they were just overwhelmed. There were so many. So we went up there. By the time we got up there, the looting, the cops got a handle on it. We kind of patrolled a little bit, and then they sent us to Devore. It was burning around, heading toward Devore. So we went over there and we patrolled a little bit, and then helped evacuate the livestock, load cattle and horses, pigs, and get them out of there. That fire was going down through the tree tops, off the 15, faster than our Jeep was going. I couldn't believe it. It was crowning through the trees. And the guys I were with, none of us had fire training. We didn't have no shelters. We just, but after a while we put our weapons up and just started helping. Devore was all farmers, ranchers. You really don't have to worry about looters over there. They'll take care of themselves. Devore was calmed down, so but you know what? When you walk around with an automatic weapon, people are real nice. Even the bad guys are real nice when they see you with a Automatic rifle. I want to be your friend. I wasn't looting. That wasn't me. They never gave us the rule of engagement. Back then, we didn't get rules of engagement, but they never said if we could shoot or not. We had live ammo, though. Unlike the guard, where they'll go down there. And Rodney King, those guys were patrolling without the mags in. And the bad guys could see that. You could see if a rifle's loaded. If it got, well, you don't know if the mag's in, you know the mag's in. He may have bullets or not. Or rounds. But if you don't have a mag in, you definitely don't have rounds. And that's the problem with the guard. They're PC, you know, they don't, it's going to be on the news. You see it, PC. Oh, let's see. Yeah, some of these. Today I'm a little raspy. Yeah, 40 to 60. When she said that, it was like, yeah, Midwest. I'm Iowa and Missouri. I was actually born in Illinois, but our family's from Muscatine, Iowa, along the Mississippi River. Minnesota, eh? No. That's where we vacationed when it got hot in August. My mom and dad took their vacation in Wisconsin, Minnesota, Canada. We'd go fishing, and they put me in hockey school up there, and they'd go fishing for a week. That's the channel I want to get rid of. Every time I get up, they stop. Damn it.
The drop center, red 7 quarters. You close the call out, please. Thank you.
The only problem with Minnesota and Wisconsin, was the mosquitoes. They were huge. God dang it. I don't want to sit down there. I hear something big. You hear that? I should be looking at that radar. Get out of here, B. You're too late. You're way late. It's all gone. Actually, it's in the cooler. You can figure out how to get in the cooler. You can have some meat. Which I could probably open that cooler. Probably that bees would come flying out of there. I picked up a piece to eat it, and the bee was on the other side. I didn't realize it. I almost put it in my mouth. That would have felt good. I mean, he went right. The other ones were buzzing around. He went right, landed right on the piece of chicken. He landed on my damn chicken breast. finally.
Stafford Cruise, DNA 516.
Can you guys hear that scanner? I finally locked out that police channel.
Yes, sir. Relaying a message from Division Papa trainee. He'd like it.
If I lost any trail cameras.
Drop point 45.
Ah,
118.30 hours.
I saved a couple. Yeah, I was talking to some friends. There's one guy I know lost 5 cameras. It hurts. No, I was able to save a couple, and they've kept it away from some of the other ones. I had a bunch stolen this year. This is a bad year for theft. I wish people would just leave them alone. I need to.
Is West View 51 right?
Canada, eh? No, where I'm looking at moving in Montana, it's right below the. I didn't realize I kept looking further north above Kalispell, up by Libby.
C51, DNA 516.
And I went to look at the map, and I thought, damn, I'm damn near the Canadian border. Way up there. It's beautiful country. No, I love the Canucks. I grew up playing hockey school up there. I played in Europe on a Canadian All-Star team. We traveled. My wing commander, my boss, let me travel with it was called Canusa Snowbirds. The Snowbirds are like the Blue Angels of Canada. You may have seen them. They're a prop plane though. So we were called the Canada USA Canusa Snowbirds. We got to travel. It was kind of fun. It was all over Europe. We would play like they don't have a pro league. They've got they got a pro league. It's like the cities, like the U.S., but it's kind of like it's not NHL caliber. It's more like AAA baseball level, AA baseball. And there was mostly Canadian Air Force. We had a couple Americans, and we even had a dependent, a young kid. He was 17.
And do you have contact with 3-0318?
Could I put a lock on them? Lock on the bees? Lock them in the cooler? So I've always loved Canada and the Canucks, the Quebecois. There was a couple of Quebecois, the French Quebec guys, the lumberjack looking guys, 6'5". They got to shave 3 times a day. Those kind of guys. We had a couple on our team, and they spoke French, even though they were Canadian Army guys, tankers. We call them treadheads. But nobody messed with them. They were huge. And then the third guy on the line was an Army tanker guy, Tim. So they were like 3 giant trees. Every one of these guys was 6'2", 6'5". That was big back then. Now you see more NHL players. I played at 6 foot, 200, which back then. Oh, there's a drop on the right. You see that drop? That was big for the 80s. Now those guys are 6 foot and 200. You're kind of middle and average. You're not big. Now they just did a lock on the. Yeah, they'll cut them. If you got the cable locks, they'll cut them. If they can't get it off, they damage it. They'll smash it. I used to lock them. They have lock boxes you can put them in. But I've even seen them saw the tree down to get it. Lock boxes are expensive, and it makes a bigger profile. I try and hide them real good. You don't want to put them like on an intersection and a trail because people stop. You don't want to put them where people stop, and you don't want to put them on. You'll get more on a trail, but you'll get more people too. You want to get off the trail, and I've had people. One guy was just stumbling around the woods smoking pot, and he comes up and he looks in the camera and he waves and he just walks away. But he dropped a big black canister looking thing, not like a film canister, but a lot bigger. So when I went to get my camera to film, or the SD card, I found his little black thing. I opened up, it was full of pot. It was huge. I guess he didn't realize where he dropped it. He was probably stoned. Like I said, people would just go out and wander in the woods. No Sasquatch yet. And occasionally I'll see a hunter. Some of them will come, just smile or give me a peace sign, and then some of them take it. You'll see their face and the camera's gone. One of the guys that took my camera was Jinx Lake. They call it night hawking. They go look in the creeks at night with metal detectors. And about midnight, this one was a cell one. So I get the picture of him walking by, and then the camera disappeared. They probably didn't want. They do it at night because they don't want people knowing where they're looking for gold. It's called night hawking. And I posted this picture on all the what do you call it? Metal detecting websites, groups, and I figured somebody would know this guy. It's a clear picture of him. I know somebody knew him. Nobody said anything. They probably don't want to rat him out, but at least he knows he's a thief. And there was no reason to shoot. I didn't just delete it. There's no reason to take the camera. Ooh, Coeur d'Alene. Oh, yeah. I was looking at Idaho, Coeur d'Alene, and over there. All my friends moved to Boise. I must have 100 friends that moved. Idaho's turned into California. I don't want that. But Montana is too. Montana is turning into California. So is Arizona. You'd almost have to go. I love Utah, and you probably have to go South Dakota, North Dakota, to get rid of away from the outflux from California. I used to know, let's see, I used to work with a guy, his dad owned the marina at Coeur d'Alene, the lake there. And he's retired now. In fact, he may have passed on by now. That's beautiful up there. Boise's just too much. Boise's a little mellower for winters, but it's all housing tracks out there. It's all. What's crazy, when I was looking up by Libby, Montana, there's this big, huge valley. It's beautiful. And I look out there, and there was something that didn't look right. I'm looking out there, and there's like a rich $1 million home cabin housing thing going on, but they don't look right. They look, and it's got like the modern architecture where they're weird angles, and they're like McMansions, but they're the weird looking. And I thought that doesn't fit. It looks ugly as hell. If you ever seen their New Redlands museum, it looks like that. I guess they call it modern, whatever that art style is or architecture is. To me, it's ugly as hell. It doesn't fit Montana. It doesn't fit the cabins and ranch houses, and I'm sure the neighbors hate it. That would be the suck. You get your $1 million cabin, you're out there, and next thing you know, there's a development going in, and it's all people from California. Yeah, Utah, Panguitch, Escalante, that area. Oh man, I could end up there. I haven't found a place yet in Montana. Nobody's selling. interest rates are so high that everybody's holding their ass, waiting for it to come down. I just saw where it dropped again, 6.1, or hopefully by it's going to be next spring before I can get back looking for a house. Because Montana, the winter's about to hit. And is that a hawk? What is that? Yeah, it's a hawk. You're looking around. I originally wanted to move to Taos, but Hollywood had already moved in there in New Mexico. And then I was looking at Flagstaff. But man, Hollywood had moved in there too and really jacked the prices up. Then I found a place in Lake Arrowhead, and I was about to make an offer. My dad said make an offer on the place I was at. The guy was going to sell where I was renting. He was a colonel. So I threw him a real low offer. The old man says, throw him a low offer and see what he says. So I threw him a low offer, and he took it. I'm like, I was half packed up to move to Arrowhead. Because I was playing hockey up there, and it was, I hated that drive up in the fog. I got a good deal on a house. I got my foot in the door on the housing market, but all my friends say, why do you live in the city? I was like, oh, we just picked that place because it was close to the air base. Finally, the shade's hitting me. Yay. Yeah, you gotta like the cold and the snow. They say in the Bitterroot Valley it's not too bad. I may have to be a snowbird for 5-6 months, go down to Arizona and hang out, which is what a lot of people do. I want to get off the grid out of town, but then I'd have to, if I get sick or have an emergency, I'd have to keep my road plowed and then worry about getting in, just to the highway. Yeah, Utah's so beautiful. But I can't believe we went skiing in Park West in 80 when I was in the military, and now when you go through Salt Lake and all those towns there, they're all connected. It's like about an hour you drive from way above Salt Lake to way below Salt Lake, Ogden. It's all pushed out to where it's like one big city, and I can't believe how much that boomed. Because that's the worst part of my drive when I go up there going up to 15. Is getting through that. If I hit it at rush hour, it's miserable. It's one thing nice about up here in the close. When it's closed up here, no traffic except for the the engines, but there's no guys going 90 miles an hour on the corners. My friend that was here, he said the Chippy threw him out of here. Of course, it was a closed zone yesterday. He's one of the camp managers. The Chippy wasn't real friendly. He was standing there talking to the CAL FIRE guys, and they gave him some water, and he said the Chippy showed up and said either get home or get down the hill. I guess if they're evacuated and they stay, I guess they're supposed to stay put. If they're, of course, you go stir crazy after 10 days. I'd want to get out and look around. I'd be shack wacky. That's what they call it up in Canada and Minnesota. When they get snowed in for 3 months, they start going beep, 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 beep. They call it shack wacky. What's the other word for it? Shack wacky and there's another word for it. And I've seen people get like that. They just flip out. It's starting to cool down a little bit now. Of course, I'm in the shade now. I'm not in that. The sun got pretty. Of course, when you're at altitude, I learned that the hard way. When you're at altitude, you get sunburned faster. Cabin fever, that's it. Cabin fever. Thank you, little girl. That is real. I have seen a couple friends flip out. I was with a guy. We were turkey hunting in Arizona on the north rim of the Grand Canyon. We were sitting in blinds, all day, all morning, and after, he was there like one day, and on the second day,